Here we go. Hello, everyone. Oh, what a day. Hello, the Satter Salad. Hello, good morning. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you are in the world. Good insert time of day here. Ah, it's so good to see you, Allie. Hello. Oh, it's so good to see you. If you are here, if you are coming to us from I don't know if I wanna say, like, a specific place in the world, that sounds weird, but, yeah, if you want, let us know where you're joining us from, how you're doing today, whether it is morning, afternoon, evening, midnight for you, whatever it is. Hello, I'm glad you're here. I am Sarah Ray Werner. This is, of course, one of our live Create Along live streams, and, yeah, I've been doing these for a couple years now, off and on. Took a little break, over the last 2 or 3 years and just kinda coming back into it now. I realized I miss doing these, and I don't know, it's easy maybe you're like this too, maybe it's just me. It's easy for me to go into hermit mode. It's easy for me to self-isolate. It's easy for me to withdraw, especially when, dealing with, difficult stuff. Um, Hello from St. Louis. Oh, thank you, Stoptimus Crime. Hello. It's wonderful to see you this evening. Hello, thank you for joining us. Allie says big mood. Yes. JC Henry, hello. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, fantastic. I am here in the Midwestern United States. A little sneak peek here. I'm sitting on the floor again this week. Um, Yeah, so I got a medical procedure done that I've talked about a little bit before on this channel. So it takes 3 to 5 days for it to really take effect, for the medication to really, I don't know, soak in. Is that appropriate? Um, but today I got it done Monday, so today is day 3, and it takes 3 to 5 days. So I've been like kind of like checking myself all day, like, oh, is the pain gone? And unfortunately, not yet. I just took some Tylenol so I could sit here on the floor with you. Yes. Oh, Ellie says, "How are you feeling?" It's a herniated disc, right? Yeah, it's a herniated disc that's causing a compressed nerve root, and then the disc below it is also slightly herniated. So it's just a lot going on. I have a fused spine from scoliosis surgery. And so all of my vertebrae above that, except for the L4, L5, S1, those are all fused. And so there's like a lot of weight and pressure there, which is, I think, maybe one of the reasons it herniated. Oh, hello, thank you. Oh, thank you. How lovely of you. My gosh. Allie says, oof, yeah, I had that in 2021. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the herniated disc. It's real bad. It's real and it's real bad. Uh, Sunlight Scribe says hello, lovely way to end the day. I mean, spending time with everyone is lovely, not the painful back. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, fantastic. So yeah, thank you. Ellie says, I hope you're feeling better soon. Thank you. I do too. Yeah, I'm just waiting for things to kick in. Ellie, I don't know if you had the injection or anything like that. Um, but and obviously you don't have to disclose that over, the internet. You don't need to like tell us that stuff. But yeah, so I'm hopeful. I'm feeling hopeful. Oh, you did a trigger point injection. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this is the same thing. Mine was an epidural. Oh, it's not a secret. Okay, good. I just like don't want to put people in like the uncomfortable position of like, I don't know, being put on the spot in a very public, with the hundreds of thousands of people watching. Just kidding, just kidding. It's just us. Oh, my friends. I am extremely glad you are here. I'm extremely glad I am here. What are folks working on this evening? And are you working on stuff? I know we've had some of these create alongs where folks just come and just read or just chill or whatever it is that you do or need to do. Let's see. Let me know if you can still hear me. I just had to change a setting on my mic, but I think I should be okay. Allie says I should be doing embroidery, but I'm playing Minecraft instead. I mean, oh, you're working on a screenplay. And you can hear. Good. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Um, my goodness. So should be doing embroidery. Are you working on a project? Like what's going on here? Because Minecraft also sounds like it could be a place where you are just reflecting and chilling creatively. So, yes. Sadder Salad says Minecraft is so real. Yes, it really is. I mean, and we have to have those things too where we like unwind a little bit from our projects. So don't be too, I think what I'm saying is don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too harsh. You are good. You're doing your best. Let's see. The Sunlight Scribe says, I'm working on journaling a new Wednesday rhythm to protect my time for writing and renewal. Oh, I love this. I am not so good. Oh, I'm not good at no. Gotcha. And my health and heart are starting to show it. Oh boy, I been there. There is a time in my life, and I know that like not everyone's experience is the same in mine, but same as mine. But if I can give you any empathy or sympathy, I'd like you to know you're not alone. There was a time in my life when I was working a full-time job at a very like high stress marketing company, and also I was like president of my church, and I was also running a writing group downtown, and I was doing freelance work and ghostwriting books, and it was a lot of it was because I couldn't say no because I was so afraid. I was afraid of a lot of things. I was afraid I would miss out on something that would change my life in a great way. Um Sounds like a lot, says the Sadder Salad. Yes. Yes, it was. And I feel like it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for us to do this. I was on a friend's podcast this morning, bright and early at 7:30 a.m. And we were talking about going slow and not hustling and saying no to things. And it's a lot harder than it sounds like it should be. Um, because not only, as I mentioned, not only was I afraid of missing out on, like, oh, if I don't agree to go to this meeting, am I going to miss out on meeting this person or networking with this person who then introduces me to this person? And then I get this book to, it's so easy, at least for me, to be totally afraid of saying no and like ending up cheating yourself out of something or denying yourself something that you may have loved doing. The other thing too is I'm a people pleaser. I always have been. And telling people no in the short term is so much more difficult. Well, okay, it's stressful to think of telling someone no in the short term. Like, hey, Sarah, will you do this on Friday? And like, you see their face, you see like the hope in their eyes that you're able to help them. And it's like, yes, yes, I can help you. It's so easy to say yes. And then, like, when Friday comes around, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I say yes to this person? And boy, I lived like that for years, probably over a decade, and ended up getting really burned out. And honestly, the how I got out of it was through essentially trial and error. I every once in a while would say no to something because I was so burned out, and Tim would help encourage me to say no to things because I was so overbooked and overwhelmed and stressed. And it just very slowly I had to get used to seeing what it felt like to say no and feeling um all the things that go along, feeling the fear of, well, if I say no to this, I might miss out on something important, or I might be judged, or this person might not like me anymore. and really yes. I know I'm missing a few. I'll catch up in the comments in just a second, but like I don't know, it's easier for me to say no now because not only have I kind of learned over the years that if you turn down one opportunity, there's always other opportunities that will spring up. And so that has brought me some comfort. I've also learned to, I haven't learned this fully. I'm still in the process of learning it, but to value and sort of ration my energy. And I've realized that if I'm giving my energy to all of these other people by saying yes to so many other things, then essentially I'm denying myself that energy to work on the projects that are important to me, to spend time with my family, spend time with Tim, to, you know, to do my journaling, to catch up, to make sure the house is clean, anything like that. And it's just, it's a balance of what energy is available to me and how I want to spend that energy and who I want it to go to. So it's a lot and it's not something that's easy. Oh, thank you. All your family in St. Louis says hello and we love you and we're so proud of you. I love you guys too. I love that you're tuning in. Thank you. It means a lot. Oh my gosh. Allie says I'm attempting to make ornaments for family. I have 16 to do, as only one is done. Oh, I need to crack down on it. I think that's really lovely of you, Allie. Minecraft, you're building a giant mushroom cottage. That sounds really alluring. Honestly, I might be tempted to also work on the mushroom cottage or mushroom the little town in Minecraft. Sunlight Scribe says, "Thank you. That is exactly where I am. All of these things, business, church, own a nonprofit, coaching, all the things. I miss writing and space to create and breathe." My friend says, "Yes, it is like you're in my brain." Yes, yes. Boy, I feel that. Yeah. Um, I also don't want to be like, here, let me give you some unsolicited advice, but I just want you to know you're not alone. And we put expectations on ourselves, and expectations are put upon us, societal, career wise. And we're often working in so many spheres. So we're working in our personal life, we're working on our career, we're working on passion projects, we're working on nonprofits or volunteer organizations. And each of those is like pulling at us. And it's really easy to just let yourself get pulled too thin. So, yeah, you can get to that place of peace and priority for the life that you want. It's hard. And it takes a lot of intentionality about cutting out, being a little ruthless about cutting out certain things. And it continues to be really difficult to me because I love people. I love working and being with people. I'm actually in a difficult position right now because my family is all in St. Louis and I'm here on the floor at home. Because I could not, I'm just not well enough to travel right now with herniated discs and my energy levels and stuff. And so it's like, there's no perfect choice. I mean, I don't know. It was really hard to not be able to go on this trip. Um, but yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up here. I have some comments coming in from YouTube as well. If you've been to one of these create-alongs, I simultaneously stream to both YouTube and Twitch, and I have comments that come in from both. Only the Twitch ones are showing up. I maybe should look into that. But over on YouTube, people are saying, JC Henry says, "I'll be reading the short story I wrote and notes for that story." Oh, that is exciting. That is exciting. I love it. Because I want to say you'd been working on a novel or scenes, and I apologize if I'm misremembering because my memory's bad and I wasn't able to live stream last week, so I kind of missed out on a bunch of things. GCat, hello. Walmart Man 606, hello. Flanny loves sheep. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Walmart Man says, I'm working on a novel where individuals born with superpowers travel back in time into the 1950s to prevent white supremacist hitmen from preventing the civil rights movement from ever happening. Wow. I had to like digest that a second time. That's awesome. Wow. Oh, that sounds really, yes, really exciting. And then Walmart Man says, I know how that feels too. Well, I'm always worried about losing possible connections. I know I am too. And like, oh gosh. Sorry, I don't want to turn this into like life lessons with Sarah, but like it's been very interesting to see who comes and goes, throughout your life. And sometimes you do lose people by saying no to things and you lose connections. And that sucks. And, but at the same time, it's not sustainable to say yes to everything. I mean, it's hard. And it's hard too. I was gosh, I remember years ago I was working with a mentor who shared with me that some of the hardest decisions aren't between right and wrong. Some of the hardest decisions are between two good things, right and right. And it's like, oh, do I spend my time and energy volunteering here at this excellent cause? Do I spend my time and energy working on my passion project? Do I spend my time and energy having dinner with my family? Those are all good things. It's not like, oh, do I choose to, save the world or murder this puppy? It's not, that's, that's not a realistic thing that we're generally presented with. It's often these decisions come down to two good things, and it makes it really hard to make those decisions. Life lessons with Sarah, yes. Oh, thank you. Life lessons with Sarah. Yep. That's just where we are right now. So thanks for being here with me for this. Oh, JC Henry says yes, that's how I'm breaking it down. Good. Good. Okay. Okay. Good. I'm glad. Well, I'm excited for you. I love that. Oh, Allie, I know. Allie says I've had zero energy for working on podcasting, which is very frustrating, but I'm so tired all the time. Yes. This is where we are. We are in a tired time. We are in a tired zeitgeist, if I can use that word without sounding weird or snobby. It's tired in here. And Allie, I've only produced a few episodes of the Right Now podcast so far this year. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to get back to doing it weekly. I really did. That was one of my goals for the year. And I won't even tell you, just season 2 of Girl in Space is still coming, but it is taking me so much longer than I want it to. And that's because of some other decisions that I'm making. And that is, what am I willing to sacrifice? Quantity and quality are both good. If you produce a lot, you build your audience quickly, you build trust with them, you build rapport, you build momentum. But if you focus on quality, you know you're creating something good that you're proud of. And a lot of the time it's really hard to balance those, and you kind of have to choose one every once in a while. Yeah. And so I decided a while ago that I was going to choose quality for Girl in Space season 2. And yeah, it's not a perfect decision. Like, could I have had season 2 out right now? Yes. Would it have been something that I was proud of? Not especially. I mean, if I'm being honest. Oh, I know. Allie says the poor reviews have been happening for my shows taking so long. And I'm over here like, my guy, I'm disabled and I can only do so much. I know. Ellie, me too. I get 1-star reviews. I know it brings down the quality rating for my shows, which, ironic because the reason it's taking so long is I want them to be high quality. I have a lovely oolong tea tonight that I'm just enjoying. Um, but that pressure is really, really hard. And it can feel that pressure can feel like it weighs more than the pressure to honor your own energy and your own needs. Hello. Oh, we've had some more folks show up. Juju Juniper is here. Sarah is here. Hello. You are not late. Like I said, we're all wizards here. We show up exactly when we need to. So don't even worry. You can come and go as you please. Um, I mean, yeah, this is such a chill space. If you need to go, if you need to show up late, that is not even a thing. I'm just glad you're here. So, yeah, Sadder Salad says, honestly, I always prefer quality over quantity after that godforsaken Megamind sequel. Oh gosh, and the unneeded third season of 6 Minutes. Wow. Juju Juniper says, I'm having a hard time finding enough time and energy to work on my work in progress. I feel you. I work night shift, which directly affects my mental health. So it's like, do I sleep or do I write? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's and like, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, there's no easy answer. You're choosing between something you love to do and something that, you need to do to provide for yourself. And it's not a fair choice. Yeah, Sarah says work in progress. What's that? I don't recall. What have you been working on? I know you've been doing a lot of like work career related stuff and you've had that event going on. Um yeah, Sunlight Scribe says that is the fear of people disconnecting because I don't do it the way they think it should be when I choose my rest and time for creating. Yeah, and sorry, I'm like processing this a little bit as we're talking about it. And those expectations of doing things the way people think they should be done, like Allie with you, getting negative reviews because it's taking you a long time. I mean, uh, you know, I want to say like haters gonna hate, you know, but I also know that it hurts to see those 1-star reviews come in because I get a lot of those and I get angry emails from people who are like, it's been 7 years. What is wrong with you? And sometimes I'm tempted to just be like, there's actually a lot wrong with me. Like, I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm doing my best. I want this to be really good. I'm a team of one person. Um, I'm dealing with herniated discs. I have depression, anxiety. It's just this whole thing. So, I know. Allie says, I hate doing the producer side of podcasting, it turns out. LOL, rest in peace. Yes. I do too. It's definitely the writing that I prefer. Um, I just want to work on the creative stuff. I know. And maybe there's something to be said about like finding a partnership or finding a team. Um, again, whether or not that's right for you is only something that you know and can figure out for yourself. But I do know that I was actually on a call with the guys from Marsfall this morning. Um, and they have such a good, strong team with good momentum and good energy because they're able to split the work amongst themselves. And each of them can work on the stuff that they're good at, which is just really sounds really liberating to kind of split out that burden. And I don't know if burden is the right word, but I'm gonna say burden because sometimes the things we're working on can get really heavy and we feel like we need to carry them in addition to all these other things we're carrying. So, but maybe that's maybe a topic for a right now podcast episode about creativity being a burden. I might just make a little note about that. Okay, I had to make a note. Thank you for being patient. Sadder Salad says that's why I'd be nervous to be a freelancer or self-employed creator because like if I work for someone else, it's their problem. I can just clock off and sleep. That is exactly it. I've been self-employed now for 8 years and I worked really hard at all of my jobs, but I don't know if I want to say I've never worked this hard than when I was working for myself. But even though it looks like from the outset that I just like sit around all day, And then again, that's maybe some of that fear of, how people are perceiving you and what their expectations for you are. Like, I feel like in our culture, if you're going to be seen as a successful person, you have to be like running to meetings and like late for your kids' soccer practice and all of these things to show people that like, yes, I am important, I am worth something. Um, so that's its own struggle too. Mostly helping with social networking. Oh, for the book convention. That's right, Sarah. That's right. Oh, tired. Yeah. Did it help you make the connection? I don't know. You're not sure you'll stay for next year. It's been 3 years and I'm tired. I think 3 years is a very good tenure. It's a long, respectable tenure. And I think it's okay if you're ready to move on. Yeah, Juju Juniper says, I have so much on my plate. Nursing at night, planning for taking a certification exam, which is harder than my initial boards for nursing, getting ready to start a master's program. Oh my gosh. Discovering stuff about myself that's difficult to process. Yes, processing what's going on in the world. But all I want to do is try and write a story that is topical. So I stay in that space constantly. That makes it hard too. Sometimes when I'm writing Girl in Space, I can just slip away to this happy little place that's not affected by a lot of the scary stuff that's going on in the real world right now. But if your creative project hinges on being plugged in to what's going on, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's also, and then people say like, oh, well, then just get a hobby or watch more movies. And it's like, have you seen my schedule? Yes. Sunlight Scribe says my expectations are heavy. Yes. I realized you already knew all of them, Sarah. Yeah, get out of there. Sadder Salad says hard work is subjective because different things are difficult for different people. Yes, that is so true. Tim used to have to sit with me and help me answer emails because it was so hard for me. I could do things. I could do our taxes. Easy. I can write scripts. That's fine. I can brainstorm. I can come up with marketing campaigns. I can analyze websites. I can run audits on social media accounts. Answering emails was like the hardest thing for me. And it seems silly. Like this should not be hard for you, but it was hard for me. I appreciate that. Yes. Walmart man says, hey, I'm sorry you're getting negative reviews, Allie. Yeah, and those 1-star reviews, that's never a nice thing to experience. Yeah, it's not. Thank you for saying that. GCAT says it's a sickness of our culture to equate product production with human value. Yes, we cannot build a better place if we accede to that kind of thinking. They say, sorry to be preachy, but I'm old and tired of it. That's not preachy. That's exactly, I don't know. I think that you have said something extremely correct. It's gross and it's harmful. And like you said, it's gross. And like as I get older, I get more and more tired of it. Like, what are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? I know. Ellie says answering emails makes me want to cry. It does. And it's one of the, honestly, going back to sort of bringing this conversation full circle with the email thing, answering emails and being responsive to emails was eventually something that I decided I could say no to. And it's not that I don't care about people. It's not that I don't care about the people who are emailing me, but I realized that a lot of my job had become responding to emails because I was really good at it. At least like I appeared to be good at it because Tim was helping me. And the more emails I responded to and sent, the more emails I got back. And so I was like digging my own email shaped grave. Um, so I kind of stopped and I added a little disclaimer at the bottom of my email signature. Or no, you know what? No, I set out one of those out of office things. That's what I did. This is a few years ago. I set up an out of office that was like, hey, if I don't respond to this, I'm really sorry. I get a lot of email. I'm just really not in a place now where I am taking, merchandise solicitations. I'm not recruiting any employees because I can't afford to. I'm not looking for pitches. I'm not going to produce your work or your show. I'm not that kind of person. I'm a one person solo creator team. The problem with having good marketing is that people think you're bigger than you are. And it's like, no, I'm one person. Um, but yeah, turning down interviews to be on other shows. And I did. I lost some momentum. It wasn't consequence free when I started saying no to doing that. And when I started then saying, no, I don't have time to do that. I'm really sorry. And that's maybe another right now podcast episode is like saying no. I'm going to write that down. Saying no. Um, saying no gracefully and in a way that if you're afraid that people are going to hate you for saying no, um, maybe working through some of that, working through some of those. Oh, my friends. Sunlight Scribe says I would play that one on repeat. Okay, okay. I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I still have this over here. I don't. I don't think I do. And I can't turn a lot because my spine is fused and herniated, but shoot. I was in a bookstore, an independent bookstore several years ago, and they were selling these little zines, if you remember zines. Um, and honestly, I bought the zine. It was like 50 cents and it like the cover was just like say no. And I was like, yes. And it was actually like really helpful. So I'm going to try to find that at some point. Um yes, say no to this. Cover of the song, but it's about saying no to emails. Yes. Live your best life. GCat says no is a very affirming response. It's exhausting if you value authenticity and truthfulness. I angst over them too. Yeah, and I hardly get any. I don't get any anymore because I've realized that once you stop answering emails, people stop sending you emails. You know, just a little pro tip there. Oh my gosh, that's great. Juju Juniper says I bought these glasses that spell out no with the lenses and I keep them at my desk. I wear them all the time, which is actually pretty helpful in deterring people from talking to me on bad days to remind me that I definitely can say no. That's amazing. Like what a wonderful accessory. Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Sarah says, I've had this dream since I was 5 to make zines, but yeah, I don't have ideas for it. Oh, that's well, and if you don't have ideas for it, if you did have ideas, maybe you wouldn't have time to do it. It's just, I think that that's one of those things like hold on to that. You'll make them one day. You can make them one day. And maybe all of this is related to, if you have a little too much going on right now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, um, there's seasons. And I went back and I listened to the very first episode of the Right Now podcast a while ago because I'm redoing the transcripts for them. And I mentioned in that, I think it was in that very first episode, or maybe one of the second or third episode, but very early on, over 10 years ago now, um, talking about seasons. And there's all these things I want to do, but fitting them into your life and being respectful and honoring all of the other things that you can't control in life. It's sort of up to us to put that puzzle together of here's a puzzle piece I want to fit, and I have to be respectful that like my energy is diminished, or we just had a new baby, or all these things that happen. So yeah, when you have a newborn baby is maybe not the right season to you know decide that you're going to write 6,000 words a day. For me, that would not be possible even without the newborn baby. But oh, that's fantastic. Juju Juniper says, I was involved with an underground zine in college. Yes, when it was more common than they are today. And I'd actually love to start doing them again. I love that. I went to the library in downtown Austin, Texas, and they have a great library system. And they had I remember I was like one of the higher floors. They had a whole section on zines. It was amazing. Like zines, just shelves of zines. It was really, really fun. So those of you who don't know what zines are, they're just little, very, very handmade little flyers, little tracks, little booklets uh, that are generally um, very handmade, like I said, either hand drawn or typed or just very personally made, roughly photocopied and, distributed. So I love that. And I think we were in college at the same time there. So that's really cool. Huh. Oh, that's great. We also had one back in high school that was made by the students, including art, commentary. That's a new word that I've just made up. You can enjoy that. Including art, comics, poetry, and prose. So I guess comic tree is poetic comics. So if anyone wants to make that as a zine, please. Oh, that's great. Yeah, libraries are so good. Libraries are so good. Libraries are just so good. I could talk about libraries all day, but some of you, perhaps many of you, are here to do some writing or to do some embroidering or to do some knitting or crocheting or maybe even to do some writing. And should we go ahead and do some of that? It is right now 7:36 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. Yes, or Minecraft. Yes, Allie, if you need a night for Minecraft, Minecraft is here for you. Um but yeah, how this usually works if you've never been to one of these is we get together, we chat together like this just for a while. Um kind of just go through what life looks like, what creativity looks like within that life. And then yeah, I mute myself and I scoot the comments off of the screen. They'll still be available on both YouTube and Twitch if you'd like to keep chatting in the comments. They'll just disappear off the screen for people who want a less distracting experience. And yeah, we'll write together until 8:45 p.m. So that'll just be about an hour today. And then we'll come back and talk about how did this go? How are you feeling? You know, how was Minecraft? How was embroidering, etc. Um, yeah. Yeah. Did you strategize some ways to say no to things? Did you plan out your zine? I don't know, whatever it is you want to work on. So feel free to keep chatting here in the comments in the chat. I'll keep an eye on it periodically. I'm going to be doing some creative writing. I've been in just like meetings and then physical therapy just all day. It's been quite a day and I haven't gotten to do my writing yet for the day. So I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do the thing where I put up where it says that we're currently writing and then, insert whatever you're working on here until 8:45 p.m. CT, at which point we'll come back, hang out, have some laughs. I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to be here and I'm going to mute myself and yeah, let's do this. currently 45/8:46 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. I'd like to gently call you back and see how you're doing. Of course, if you are in a good place of creative flow, if you are just like killing it right now, then go ahead, mute me, whatever you need to do. Don't let me take you away from what's important. But if you want to come back and yeah, chat and recongregate here, I'd love to hear how that went for you. Did you, yeah, what did you get done or not get done? How are you feeling about it? How are you feeling about yourself? And did you run into any roadblocks? I am very curious to know if that's something that you're interested in discussing. Hello, hello. Welcome back. How are we feeling? I got some writing done and it was really nice actually. So, drank my tea and I did some scribbling here and that was really really good. Um but yeah, how did that go for other folks, especially in light of what we talked about before we started about worth and overwhelm and saying no and wanting to work on things and not having the time, space, energy. So, Ellie says, I've gotten about half of the exterior done, I think. The giant mushroom is giant. Oh, I love it. I love to hear that. That is fantastic, Allie. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. Did it feel good to do some Minecrafting? It's good to do that. It's good to remember that, like, whoa, yeah. Sadder Salad says, I wrote like 5 sentences, couldn't think of what to do next, so I watched a documentary. I have a cold, so I've been in bed all day anyway. I think that you made a smart decision. I think that, I don't know. I mean, not that like what I think necessarily like matters, you know, but if you would like some validation, I think understanding when you are at your limit is really hard to do because I don't know if you're anything like me, you want to think you don't have limits or that you're somehow expected to like overcome them. But no, if you have a cold and you need to rest, then you have a cold and you need to rest. Like an unhealthy body is not going to produce its best work. I've learned this over the years, many, many, many years of pushing myself too far and actually like generating negative progress. So, oh, totally. Juju Juniper says, I reworked my prologue and ended up realizing that my first chapter was completely unnecessary. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. But is it one of those things that, like, you had to write it in order to realize that it was unnecessary? Um, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I have definitely been there. Please remember that no words are wasted. I hope that, yeah, hope you remember. JC Henry says, I feel okay. I didn't read anything. A phone call came in and I ended up talking to a relative. This is what happens. Like this is life. Like you plan to work on your creative project and a relative calls. Like that's an illustration of exactly what we've been talking about. Yeah. Allie says, I love building in Minecraft. I have a whole town list of builds I want to do. Wow, you've been working on it for 3 years off and on. That's great. And it's a different sort of creativity, I think, than what you need for writing and producing a show. And I don't know, it sounds like a great way to process some energy. Juju Juniper says, I mean, it makes things makes things make way more sense. It adds to the mystery. That is the main point of most of the novel. Yeah. Just got to find your way there, it sounds like. For me, I hate deleting anything, so I have like a compost pile where I'll cut things out of my main manuscript, just paste them in there, save it, and then go back to it if I need it, which I rarely do. So, I don't know. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's really good to remember that that's not a bad thing to do, that it's necessary often to produce our best work. But I know it's really frustrating. Ooh. Oh, that's really cool. Juju Juniper says, "Oh, and I also started playing with dice using the Monster of the Week system, and OMG, it's making things so much more interesting." Oh, I love to hear that. Oh, love to hear that. I used to have, I think I actually still have these. I used to have like these story dice, and it was a set of like 12, 9 or 12 dice, and you would roll them, and it would give you little symbols and pictures that would give you a jumping off point for inspiration. So I really like stuff like that. I think that's really cool. Uh, thank you for sharing that. My gosh. Uh, Allie says I've been playing on this server off and on since I was in high school. I had a few stretches of not playing. Yes, because life. Yes, but it's nice to play again. Very chill. It is good to have that place that you can go that feels, I don't know, encouraging and chill and, you know, just like a safe space to just exist without tons and tons of expectation. So, well, my wonderful friends, my back is really starting to hurt. And so I am going to acknowledge my limitations as a human being. And I'm going to go lay down on the floor, which is like the biggest thing that helps my back for whatever reason. So just laying on the hardwood floor. So I've got that to look forward to. But thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. I know the last 2 sessions I was not able to be here um, due to medical stuff, but I'm grateful that you came back. I'm grateful that you're here. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you especially for being you. You make this community such a warm, simultaneously warm and chill place. Uh, but in the absolute best way. So thank you for joining us. If you'd like to come back, we do these live streams every Wednesday and Friday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. Central. So whatever that works out for your time zone. Please know you're always welcome to join us. Even if you miss several, if you miss, you know, a year's worth of these, you are always welcome to come back. This is a space for you to just exist and be a creative person who has a lot going on. So, yeah, just want to encourage you this week, the rest of this week. You can do this. If nobody has told you that so far this week, you can do this. I know it's a lot, and you might have to say no to some things, and that might take a lot of figuring out, but so I'm thinking of you. I'll see you if you're able to make it. I'll be here Friday. Yeah. Otherwise, please take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for writing slash crafting slash creating slash existing with us. And yes, I'll see you soon.